Howdy guys, we are playing a game that probably not a lot of people have heard of. I'm kind of surprised I found this. A bunch of their games are on sale right now on Steam, and I love detective games. Later on in the future, we are going to play LA Noire. You know what? Let's go out of pocket. We are playing Sherlock Holmes, the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Now this is not the first game. The first game is from 2008. I already tried to play the game. It did not play well. So we're skipping to 2012. Yes, this game came out in 2012. This game is going to be very, very, very interesting. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I've not looked up YouTube videos of this game. I've not looked up anything about this game. So I'm kind of just flying out the seat of my pants here. And there's plenty more games to where this comes from. So let's just see what happens, eh? Now, I love detective games. I love them to dear, and I'm hoping to play a lot more of them coming up in the future. This is the one game that sat in my Steam for so long, and I finally get an opportunity. Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Hello. What are we doing? Creepy ass laugh.
Ow!
Ah!
No.
That is terrifying. Ooh. Yo, bro.
Ooh. Oh, look! It's a book!
Oh, look, it's a book. This is 2012, and I love it.
Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map. No, I don't think so. I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle. And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Oh. Whoa, this game looks amazing for 2012. What? Oh, I guess I did bump my graphics.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
No, well, that makes sense. Sherlock is smarter.
But you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running. But the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door.
Why are you
using
explaining
the
it like it's a
sole
book?
Key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Okay, do I find... Whoa, look around. Control Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I might have to bump my sensitivity up. Hi, I'm Sherlock. Look for broken showcase and click on it. Oh, back here. I can't turn my sense crazy up. Marcus music room stolen earlier. Watson, my dear fellow. Oh, we just read through this. Okay. Oh, pocket knife matches. Okay. Look at broken showcase and click on it.
This window was
Oh,
cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
After the clue is examined, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock Holmes near the left window, and it should be 2 clue icons. Oh.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Okay.
A mark undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was
Small hole.
interrupted.
Go to chimney, and you will see the hand icon in the magnifying glass. Take a click on it, okay? Oh. Okay. You can open your inventory by clicking right mouse button while playing. You can always activate any of your items from your inventory by rolling central wheel. Oh, on the top right, okay. Gotcha. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. You can activate an item by selecting it in the inventory. Eject it in the game by scrolling the central wheel of your mouse. Using magnifying glass to score the piano. Okay?
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
What?
Nothing of interest here.
Okay. Seeing anything crazy here. Look for... Ah!
These sooty prints were left by a tiny hand.
Yeah, like a little
I
kid.
don't understand.
Press R or middle mouse button to switch first person. What? Left shift. Just keep pressing left shift and make your character run. Which are the... Okay. Run, Sherlock, run! Press space to activate Sherlock Holmes' sixth sense. It will show a hint not discovered yet.
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
Wait, what was over?
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Hang on, over here.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
Oh, crap. No. That window. Oh, in this, what's this?
A candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier. These documents are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
Mom.
The Marquis himself.
Sorry. Let's go to this window then.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Anything else? Oh crap! There's a lot going on here.
Strange.
Fire.
There are some objects here that
Someone
have
was
been knocked
fighting.
over.
Someone was making up a fight.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
What was over here?
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord.
There's no
had his
mouse
feet
on
in
my
the
screen,
fire,
by the way, so I
unless it
can't
was
really
pulled
tell where
before the
I'm
fire started.
pointing. I'm assuming it's where he's facing. So if I
The
do this
chest
one, there we go.
wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Okay. There we
Heading
go.
towards
You just
his
click it
chosen
once. Okay.
escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught
Mm.
fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once? Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
It was soot.
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light
Did I miss
onto
something?
all this.
What did I miss? Oh, right
all
there.
the windows are
Nope.
locked. They've not been forced.
Oh, over
Strange.
here.
There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Hello.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, you're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps.
Mm.
He is a true acrobat.
Because he was hiding behind there.
What I
Okay.
cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but there is no other way.
But how?
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
Hmm.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Yeah, we know that. He was hiding behind the
Explain, for heaven's
thing.
sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small, small and remarkably agile,
You're
A kid?
thinking of a monkey?
and a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America.
What?
The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet. and
That's why there's
steal
no
away. He
handprints.
headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then
Gotcha.
went to the window.
That's
and
why
began
the
to
hole's
use
so
his diamond
tiny.
to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle.
Oh.
Finally,
Wow.
the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
As simple
A
as that,
brilliant
guys.
Explanation.
Did everyone get that?
Bravo, Holmes.
And the
I didn't get
necklace?
any of that. That was nuts. Actually, I
You can
got
see it
lost.
from
But
here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
what? What? Explain. That's crazy.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration
I'm
does
mind
credit
blown.
to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it.
That's a loud door.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls.
What just
My
happened?
regards,
That
Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish.
I thought we were
Good
going to the
day you,
bank.
Marquis.
What is going on?
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
What just happened? What just happened? A monkey? Where'd the monkey come from? I understand why the hole was so small now. That was nuts. I could see why Sherlock Holmes was known to be as smart as everyone else.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
You insist. Anything cool I can look at? Where's this newspaper at? Sherlock Holmes at home of the Marquis of the Kenham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquis of Kenham. The two supply of conclusions following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless salmon necklace. Salmon? It should be recalled that the lady called in a detective after the police appeared, in the face of astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Oh my god, there's more. Indeed, the valuable priceless jewelry disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerted by the room's service bell ringing out during the night. When the Marquess, the only person in possession of the key, opened the door, everyone rushed in to extinguish the fire that had started before it was noticed that the necklace had mysteriously vanished. Most likely the fact that the thief was found within the room. There is no thief was found inside the room, and all the exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste my time on the various explanations as the disappearance because it would prefer to draw your attention, dear readers, to the last surprising developments in the case following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself. Marquis noticed the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Let it not be forgotten that the salmon necklace, although planned with and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Pearls of which are only found in a small part of the lagoon of the archipelago. Oh, that's a big word. I don't know. Of the same name, and to which scientists attribute their exceptional quality to the strong density of crystal. Yep. Are made of the priceless necklace. So they telling that it's a lot. The thing's a copy. Marcus noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Brought here at the beginning of the century of Lord Fenton Arwick, the Marquis' grandfather and eminent employer. Should have been part of her daughter's jewelry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle. So I'm going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply, exchanged for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I am aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question, without any, may certain shock some of you. This like really sucks, though. Oh my god, there's more. This is why English class sucked. But the facts are there. The thoughts and judgment should not be confused with the regard of which we all share for the famous detective. It is not the first time that the Globe Explorer has expressed a reservation as Sherlock Holmes' method. Do not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took the Mulligan pleasure in tarnishing the image of our royal family, who, by lucky chance, managed to elude the capture by Mr. Holmes. At the time, we did not hesitate to consider the complicity on the part of the latter. For those who are familiar with Mr. Holmes, it is quite apparent that his character traits show more of a personous and brilliant upspur than that as an acoustic defender of the law. I would draw attention to our readers to the suggestion that the description of the gentleman provided by his friend Dr. John Wanton, though of his stories, is a long way from the truth. Okay, I'm done reading. But that's crazy. Interesting.
French culinary expert and bagpipe player might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines. The door's open.
What?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
The door and slander necklace.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
Samoas.
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned.
Yeah, but he didn't really authenticate. He just looked at
Mr. Holmes,
it.
the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Okay.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
Oh, okay.
What a lovely marriage.
Examine.
Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewelry?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector?
Be my guest.
Let me
Very
look.
well.
What do you think, Holmes?
Oh. Sorry.
What do you think, Holmes?
Oh, what? There you go. It looks pretty real to me. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not.
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here.
Oh.
These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
Yeah. Anything else on this side? Oh, that one.
This pearl is a different color. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How
Oh.
could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
Yeah, Holmes, figure
I have
everything out.
absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Goodbye,
You
Inspector.
mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
I could control Dr. Watson? What?
The work table, where Holmes analyzes things.
I did not know I could control both of them.
Holmes's homemade analyzer.
Oh, I thought it was on his desk. Oh, this desk probably. There you go.
I have found your map.
I have found your map. Wow, these quick scenes are a lot quicker in 2012.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course.
That's way quicker in 2012. Why can't we have this normally?
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last
What?
night,
What?
I think.
What?
I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God, how horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes,
Oh.
look!
The Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated and killed. He was such a good man.
Wow.
How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's
Yeah, I would
children
say
be
that.
responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
and this
Holmes.
is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave. And not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson,
Oh.
are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Wealth. The bishop didn't own anything of value, not even in his own safe. Whoa. You control Sherlock Holmes. What's that right there? That one.
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Okay. What's this?
A broken phial and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Phew.
Chemi-
Chemical components, I think.
Poisoned then? Oh my god, there's so much. Is that a whip?
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation. It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Sure. Game board?
I am missing some information. Impossible to open.
Safe.
Reverend, I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No! Go to the devil!
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander
Was I not
of the
done with that?
Infantry Brigade of Her Majesty's
Okay,
Guards
1
at
minute.
Waterloo.
The Bishop
Waterloo.
of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
Nope. There you go. Did I miss something up here?
This metal rod is for fastening the
I didn't even
chimney.
see that. There you go. Oh. Door.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
Whoa.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
Anything else? Okay. Big door.
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No!
Oh my
You
god.
have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should
Tell
listen
this guy
to
to
your
shut up.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
Okay. Blood. A knife.
A surgical scalpel
Mm.
covered in blood.
A little weird.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital
Ooh.
information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's
Okay.
child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Yeah. This
I
one.
need something.
Oh.
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe.
Okay.
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Hmm.
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
What's
A
that?
fragment of stone. Peculiar. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Anything else?
Nothing of interest here. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Hobnail boots like...
I don't see anything else. Do I see?
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Size 9. Size 9.
Size 9.
Size 9. Size 9
And a half.
Size
9
9
and a half.
Size 9. I need something.
Criminals were there? One. Because the 9 and a half.
Right. Start again.
What if it was real? One man joined those who were already in the room. One man left the room wearing different shoes. One man was carried and not.
That's not right. Start again.
What? So this one?
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Yeah. This one's
Hobnail boots
laborers.
like those worn by
This one's
laborers.
different though.
Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on
This
the
one doesn't have the
soles.
same as these. Okay.
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
One man left the room wearing different shoes. One man was carried. Different.
Strange but true. One of the crooks was
Yeah, 'cause
wearing
this
a
one's different.
different pair of shoes when he left here. That's not right.
Two?
Start again.
Oh, because the expensive one, so 3.
That's not right.
No, that's not. There's 3.
Perfect. We
'Cause
now
there's
know that
one,
there were 3 crooks.
2,
Therefore, we have
3.
3 men who came in and left again. But one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
Weird.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Mmm. Makes sense.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
Weird.
There is blood on this paperweight. A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
W. Over here. Okay, last thing is here. Fingers.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck. A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man. The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers.
Sorry, okay. Blood.
His forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious
I don't think so.
degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
Anything else? That's it. That's
You can
creepy.
see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
What
My
the
dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
Yo, what?
His
That's
chest has been
crazy.
lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Not
There
deep
isn't
cuts though.
any doubt.
Oh, it
The
doesn't look like
wounds
it.
on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? No. Look at those. Look at those. Look at those. Oh,
These
burn
burns
marks?
are terrible.
Yeah.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You.
Oh, his shoes
But
were taken
what does
off.
it matter, Holmes?
They walked out with his shoes.
A finger. Apparently, it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
Does that make sense?
His feet have been
Oh,
burned.
I didn't mean to click there.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You. But what does it matter, Holmes?
Anything else? What? Oh, the rope?
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that
His
be?
shoes.
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
You have no right to search here.
Closed.
Ding.
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
Shoes. On left, murderers left different shoes. Lack. Bishop's shoes are missing. One of the murderers left wearing bishop's shoes. One of the murderers and the member of a. You pick now. Okay. The veranda wasn't searched. Veranda. Murderers were looking for something specific. The murderers got the wrong person. The bishop took. Chest. The murderers were unable to open the safe. Tortured. Bishop was mortifying himself. He was used to the pain. Tortured. There's more? Holy crap. Bishop, the Bishop God at himself. Flask. The broken flask has some blood on top. Okay, can we even do any of these? One of these murders of a member of a left wearing. One of the murders sells shoes, one of the murders are poor, one of the murders came back for. I don't think that's right. Maybe threw him away? Ah, but I feel like one left wearing his shoes. The murders came back for his shoes. One of the murders sells shoes? Nah. Are poor. Because they're expensive shoes. So they're gonna cost a lot. Murders were looking for something specific. The murderers got the wrong person. The bishop took the murders by surprise. They were looking for something specific because they wanted something in that kit in that safe. Right by some on the murderers search bishop's shoes. Could have been hired. Yo! Yo, I'm locked in, bro. It had to be hired. The victim was sadly tortured. No, he was fine with being tortured. Murders came here to kill the bishop. Just got what they wanted. The bishop murders didn't get what they wanted. They didn't get what they wanted. Damn.
Perfect. It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it.
Because they were out with the rush.
I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Oh my
Very
god,
well.
bro.
We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go.
Yeah.
Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
Okay. Green everywhere here. Still locked. Just break in, bro.
This lock should be easy to pick.
Gonna
Let's
pick
see.
locks? Oh boy.
I need something.
Oh. You have a lock picker? Can't use this?
I need something.
Rock.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
A knife.
I need something.
Damn. Okay. Not the knife. The knife is not the way.
Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
What do you need? You have a knife. Can a knife? Wouldn't a knife be able to do it? Yeah, a knife should be able to do it. Anything in here? What do you need, Sherlock? A knife should be able to do it.
I need something.
What do you need, bro? Metal. Oh. What? Oh. What do you need, my guy? Oh.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
Oh. Whoa. Oh.
That's not right. Start again.
Oh.
That's not right. Start again.
Don't I have to follow that? Oh, I see. Okay. Angle down. Angle up. Don't we start in here? Straight. Down. Up.
That's not right. Start again.
Straight. Down. Up. What do you mean? That's right. What? Something like this.
There we are.
Ah,
it is simplicity
okay.
itself.
Hmm.
There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a reading or meditation room.
Mm-hmm. Something on the ground, first of all?
An ink stain.
I see.
An
So
ink
it's
stain.
spilled. Okay.
This inkwell was tipped over recently.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug. Let's see. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. So
Oh, I just skipped
that
up.
is curious. There is something strange on the floor. Certain stones have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
Oh, yeah.
That is curious. There is something strange on the...
Okay.
I need something.
A stone. A stone? What's that?
Apparently, someone wanted to hide this statue. This horse resembles a large chess piece.
Pick it up.
There is a message underneath this statue. Let's see.
What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others will be the right one. Never played chess before.
This message was written by a woman, but for whom was it intended? Interesting, this chess game. That is curious. There is something strange on...
I've never played chess before. Can I move it? Oh. Okay. So a diagonal, right? So it's gotta go here. Kind of hovering over these. Oh.
That's not right. Start again.
Start again. What do you mean start again? Replay. So maybe... here? No, replay. I've never played chess before. I've never played chess before, so I'm just... What's going on? Gotta be only that one.
That's not right. Start again.
I've never played chess before. What did I just... Am I using hints? Is that what that is? I don't know how I'm doing that. Oh. It's only be this one. Oh, it's gotta be that one. Gotta be this one. Am I getting hints? What is this? It's gotta be that one. That one. What is this right now? Am I getting this right, or is it just digging me something? Is it cheating? What is this? I've never played chess before. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, Sherlock, tell me. This is pretty sick, though. I'm assuming I'm supposed to get every single block. So it's gotta be this one next. Yep. Can't be this one. It's gotta be... How are you supposed to know this? Wow, I was so far off. It's gotta be this one here. Right, because it's the only one I can go to. Yep, okay. It's gotta be this one. Let's skip to this. Okay, finally. Oh my god. Okay. This. There you
This
go.
last piece should be the good one. It will have to be pulled free.
Okay. Pull it.
I need something.
Hold a rope.
I need something.
Ooh. My love, what a beautiful spring, and what a marvelous day. Are giving his child's birthday. Everyone is so precious that our child Lucy blossoms, and without first word could be for you. You miss it so much as I do. Are you sure you can go away on the day after Vespers? I thought that. 14th September, I know that you think I am infant, but we absolutely must demise argument we cannot live in sin all our lives. Third March, rest assured, my dear, that I understand this is not easy, but have you thought of ours, the children in mind? I cannot allow our children's future to be common. You find love. What is a so called family to hoping our family? We must become husband and wife legally, finding form for your family.
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
Alright, leave now. We done? Here we go.
Ah, Watson, you were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you?
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well, then. What do you want now?
I'm not.
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Never played chess in my life.
What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Where's he going?
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
Let's just do corruption
With
for
the
now.
bishop no more, you are therefore the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Well, yes, but only until someone else is appointed.
I am certain that the Honourable Bishop of York, whom I have the privilege of knowing well enough for him to listen to what I have to say, would recognize your qualities for the post.
If I receive new responsibilities, it will be through my faith and devotion, nothing else.
Let's just do threat.
Do you understand that you are the prime suspect in this terrible murder?
What? But that's ridiculous.
Think for one moment.
You are,
who
though.
profits from this crime.
Not me.
I think so, yes. With the Bishop of Knightsbridge no longer here, you are now the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Yes, until another incumbent is appointed, but
A position which should logically come to you. The police will not overlook that.
They will never believe you.
But of course they will. Do not forget who I am.
He's Sherlock Holmes.
You are odious. Here are the stems that you were looking for. You have one.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days? Did anyone come to visit him? Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archive section of the Royal Library.
Oh.
It doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions.
The room's a mess
Now
in there.
let me contact the authorities.
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
We can?
Now I can open the chest.
But why? Explain down in the comments if you know why this is diagonal. I don't understand that. Let's just open it and move on.
Here we are. I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
It's a
Extraordinary.
beef stick.
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the? But why?
Run, Watson. Hurry.
Let's go get him. What?
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes.
Nice job,
I
Watson.
don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
Okay. Let's go then. Let's
Watson.